Stage one will be kind of figuring out what the contract is. So it'll either be an oral contract, i.e. you've spoken to each other and you've agreed certain things, so you have to figure out what's been agreed. Or actually what we find, even if you don't have a written contract, you might have discussions by text or email, and that will make up the contract. And the real answer to whether you can refuse to pay more still really turns on what the contract says. So you have to figure out basically what it is you agreed. So if you truly agreed that you weren't going to pay more than $800,000, you might be able to refuse to pay more. In the absence of a written contract, or in, often if it's emails or text messages or WeChat messages, for example, it can be vague. The person on the other side is going to say, well, yeah, I agreed it was $800,000, but you asked for all of these extra things. So that's sort of the scope of the argument. But ultimately, if you truly can establish that it was agreed at $800,000, you might be able to refuse to pay more. You do need to think about the practical consequences of that, because if you refuse to pay more, no doubt the builder's going to say, I'm not going to do any more